nothing in the game works, you're just screwing over players. I restarted my game and took a gander at my controls to see if they were different, and what do you know? My debug menu was actually bound to Shift Escape. So, I relaunched the tutorial and tried it out. Oh, this game is hilarious. So we didn't have too much luck with the first tutorial. Maybe the second one will be better. This tutorial focused on teaching you how to actually drive the bus. Loading in, we're immediately met with a scene that has some creepypasta potential. The description for this one is actually very funny. So you have registered for the driving lesson with Driving School Scratch in Grundorf. You will enjoy driving a bus very much. You will take much pleasure in bus driving. Okay then. The first thing this tutorial asks us to do is spawn a new bus. There's nothing overly difficult about that. Once that's done, we familiarize ourselves with the function of switching to other nearby buses and even make an AI colleague drive one itself. Kind of scary, but okay. Returning to our main bus, we begin learning the cockpit functions. We're told the exact order in which we're supposed to press the buttons to start the bus, but it's just a clusterfuck of numbers that you can barely understand. Who designed this shit, and more importantly, who approved it? Now we turn our attention to the air pressure meter. This is important to pay attention to since key functions, such as the brakes, function properly only when there's enough air pressure. Please use the brake by pressing num2, the game says. Slight problem, however. I only have a 60% keyboard, so now this tutorial is bricked as well. I guess this one's kinda my fault. I'll keep the third tutorial short. It asks us to press F5 through F7 respectively to change the numbers seen on the bus. If you guessed that absolutely nothing happened when I pressed those buttons, you'd be correct. Incredible. I tried to load the next tutorial directly in the game for convenience, right? Apparently I'm not allowed to. In the fourth and final tutorial, I actually started making decent progress.
What do you mean by that?
Nobody will be stealing my passengers. Of all the buses we could spawn, I decided to spawn the bendy bus first. Now, regarding the passengers, there is a ticket selling function. However, I've set it to simplified because I have no idea how to speak German or count money. The simplified version comes with keyboard shortcuts to automatically give change, receive change, or give the passenger their ticket. While looking for them, I noticed a camera that I had genuinely never seen before. The eco perspective. So, I pressed F11 and was immediately sent to the stratosphere. That camera clearly doesn't work. So I pressed F1 to return to the cockpit view. This game is fucking brilliant. I tried to place my bus back at the bus station, but it just fell through the ground immediately. Now, looking back, I could have easily just removed my bus entirely and spawned a new one, but I don't know why I wasn't thinking of it at the time. I tried to load a new game as well, but it wouldn't let me for some reason. What I'm confused about is why you're able to load a new game if it doesn't even work. The same thing happened in the tutorial as well. A quick Ctrl-Alt-Delete later, we were back in business. For this run, we would be doing line 130, which runs from U-Ruhleben to Nervenklinik. I set my bus's display and then enabled waypoints. These waypoints are one of the game's only good features as they tell you exactly where to go. Once the time came, I rolled up and picked up all my passengers. A few of them wanted tickets, but the rest of them just filed in like lifeless zombies. And just like that, we were off to our next stop. Now, I won't go through every single stop since that would be incredibly boring. However, I will mention things like the fact that the AI prefers to brake check you every time it changes lanes. For a game that proudly boasts its intelligent AI traffic, this is quite shocking, yet still far from the worst we'll see today. You do have the option to disable AI traffic collisions, but I've left them in just to showcase how janky the game really is. Down the road, I noticed a delta in the bottom right. It showed we were 2 minutes behind schedule, which was a really cool feature. Most of the trip was pretty laid back, as I was just driving and picking up passengers, until I wasn't. Eventually, I came across a huge traffic jam, but this wasn't just any traffic jam, it was an OMSI 2 traffic jam. I mean, how does this even happen, and why does it always happen at the same intersection? The cars started slowly sorting themselves out, but not fast enough because the game suddenly got rid of them all. Okay, one note, if the game has a feature to remove traffic cars that stayed still for too long, then the developers are clearly aware of the issue. So instead of fixing the major underlying problem in the game, they just put a band-aid on it and then advertise their traffic as realistic? Jeez, man. With all the shenanigans, the next bus had caught up to me, and I was shaking in my boots more than if it was Max Verstappen I was seeing in my rearview mirrors. Eventually, I came to my next bus stop, but apparently it wasn't on the schedule, and the bus behind overtook me. Now, I couldn't have that. I could not let somebody steal my passengers. So I sped up and took my place back. But apparently I hit him, and now all my passengers